Hey guys, welcome to Dev Domain. In today's video, we are going to learn about super keyword. So let's start. So super keyword is a reference variable in Java that refers to the immediate parent class object. So super keyword is a reference variable and it refers to the parent's object. Whenever we want to access the data of the parent class from the child class, then we use the super keyword. It is used to access parent class members, that is methods, variables, constructors from the child class. So we can access the parent class methods, variables and the constructors from the child class itself. No need to call the functions from the main method. We can directly call the method of the parent class through the child class. Now let's see when we use the super keyword. When there is a naming conflict between the parent and the child members, then we use the super keyword. Suppose we have created variable, okay, int a in the parent class and same variable with the same name we have created in the child class. So there is a conflict, okay, though the compiler will does not understand which method should be called. So for that purpose we use the super keyword. When you need to explicitly call the parent class constructor, so super keyword is also used to call the parent class constructor. Next, when implementing method overriding but still need parent functionality. When we override a function, okay, but we still need the functionalities of the parent class, so then we use the super keyword. Now let's see some important notes about the super keyword. So super is automatically added by the compiler if you don't write it. Super keyword is directly created by the compiler. If you mentioned or not mention, the compiler will add the super keyword by default. Next point, you can pass parameters to the super to call a specific parent constructors. You can pass parameter in the super keyword to call a specific parent constructor. Next, super keyword can't be used in the static method. Now let's see the practically how the super keyword is called. The super keyword calls variables from the parent class, constructors from the parent class and the methods from the parent class. Let's see these three examples practically. So I will create a class as parent. So I will click on package then class, and here we will create a class as parent. Okay. So as you can see, I have created a class as parent, and in this we will declare a string, okay, color is equal to blue, okay, and I will create another class, okay, so as child, okay, and this child will inherit the properties from the parent class. So for that we will write extends parent, okay, so this will inherit the properties from the parent class, and here we also create a string string color is equal to red. Now we will create a method. So void display, and in this we will simply print color. Okay, now let's create another class for the main method. Okay, for so I'll click on new, then class, and here we'll just write test. Okay, okay, and in this we will create a main method. Now we will create obviously the object for the child class. C1 is equal to new child, and we will call the method, okay, c1 dot display. Okay, now let's run the code, see what will be the output. As you can see, we have get the output as red because the variable I've declared in the child class is red. Okay, now we have to call the variable of the parent class from the child class. So how we will do that? So we have to just write super in front of the color, super dot color. Okay, now this will call the variable from the parent class. Okay, that is blue. Okay, now the output that we will get is blue. Now let's run the code again and see what will be the output. As you can see, in the child class I've created a string, okay, as color, and I've given the name as red, but I've displayed super dot class. Okay, that means it will call the variable from the parent class in the child class. Let's create a method. Okay, void, then show. Okay, and in this we'll simply print this parent show. Okay, and in the child class also we will create a method void show, and in this we will simply print uh, child show. So I've created two methods, okay, child show and the parent show. Now let's call the method from the main method. Okay, so we'll write c1 dot show. Okay, I will comment this. Okay, now let's run the code and see what will be the output. So as you can see, it has been called its own method. Okay, that is child show. Okay, this method has been called. Now we have to call the method of the parent class from the child class. So for that we have to write super. Okay, here we have to write super dot show. Okay, now this will call the method of the parent class, okay, in the child class. Now let's run the code and see what will be the output. Now as you can see, first the parents show has been called. Okay, the parents method has been called first, and then its own method has been called. Let's create a constructor of the parent class. So we'll write public and parent, and in this we will simply print parents constructor. Okay. And similarly, we will create a constructor, okay, for the child as well. So we'll write public child, and in this we will simply print child's constructor. Okay. So I've created constructor for the child and parent class. Comment this. Now let's run the code and see what will be the output. So both the method has been called. Why? Because the super keyword, that is in the child class, super keyword has been called by defaultly. Okay. Whether you will mention this super keyword here or not, by defaultly calls the parent constructor, okay, from the child class. Now I've mentioned the super keyword. Okay, now let's run the code and see what will be the output. As you can see, the output has not been changed. Now let's comment this. Okay, now let's run the code again. As you can see, the output that I will get is not been changed. Okay, so whether you will have to mention the super keyword or not, it will by defaultly call the parent constructor in the child class. This is the main use of the super keyword, that the super keyword calls variable, method or the constructor from its immediate parent class. So this is all about the super keyword. So thank you for watching this video.